It's Coach MK. A little tired. Kind of a long night. Kind of a really long day. I have 4 sick babies. Luckily, none of them have ear infections, as confirmed by the hospital. We waited until the middle of the afternoon to go, and we were like, pretty sure this isn't an ear infection. Kind of sure it's not an ear infection. Could that be an ear infection? So, we finally gave it up and we went. And that's after a night of no sleep whatsoever. So, I thought, I am way too tired to phone roll because I'm literally about to collapse and I've got 2 upstairs waiting in bed. Make that 1 upstairs waiting in bed. I'm coming in just a minute, buddy. You've had dinner and I haven't. And I thought, what an awesome time. What an amazing opportunity to speak about something that doesn't involve me getting on a foam roller and rolling around on the floor. Yay! So sit back and relax, and we're going to talk about plans B, C, and D for dinner. Plan A did not happen, which is eating real human food, or even getting to warm something up. So this is what I like to keep around for what I call Plan B. If you have children, the chances are pretty good they're going to wait till you have nothing in the fridge to get sick. Chances are pretty good that when they do get sick, you're not going to have time to order food or the bandwidth to think about it, because it's 7 o'clock. This is the first time all day I've had the luxury of thinking about a meal more than a few minutes in advance. And if I was trying to order it right now, I'd be screwed. It wouldn't show up till 8:30, and I'd probably miss the delivery person again because as I fall asleep from exhaustion on my couch. So I hate the word hack. Hack is what you use to describe someone that doesn't know what the F they're doing. Like, should I hire this guy? Ow, that guy, no, you don't want him as your brain surgeon. He's a hack. It's just different. So I do not, if you talk about this on social media, I prefer it if you did not refer to this as a life hack from Coach MK, because Coach MK does not believe in those. I just believe in keeping things as simple as possible. Don't make it hard unless there is a specific benefit to hard. Here's how we get through a terrible day. Plan A is eat like a human. It's not going to happen for me today. Here's Plan B. What do we really need to get? The low-hanging fruit. Hard-boiled eggs. You can buy these by the dozen. Like the dozen packages. So I got 24 hard-boiled eggs in there. 2 hard-boiled eggs is a serving of protein. That's what you need in an evening meal when you're not in the middle of a training cycle. Generally speaking, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm definitely not your nutritionist. This is not nutrition-specific advice. This is just sort of this is not necessarily, categorically, and all the time, the worst idea possible. Yay! Ordering a pizza right now is the worst idea possible. And I'm not going to do that because, as I said, I'm so tired, I would probably crash long before they showed up. And who really wants to eat a pizza at 8:30 at night? That feels disgusting. So, what things that I keep in my fridge? This. Even if I throw it away every week, I kind of don't care. Maybe that sounds awful. I can compost it and save the earth. My daughter tells me about that because she's got a teacher that makes her do it, and she is really excited. That kid is a people pleaser and does what she's told. Thanks so much, Heidi Younger, for teaching us all about composting. I've waited my whole life to have a compost pile in my backyard. It's why I work so hard to get off the farm in Tennessee, so I could grow shit, raise animals, and compost. Thanks. Anyway, 2 fistfuls of this in a bowl. A packet of these hard-boiled eggs. Again, this is Plan B, and it'll do just fine. And then my secret weapon, salad scissors. When I don't feel like eating anything, or I don't feel like prepping anything, when I'm too tired to give a shit about just about anything, these bad boys come to the rescue. I can take things that sound really, really nice and theoretically good that I just can't be bothered to do anything with, make it really small, mince it all together with something that doesn't taste horrifying, like a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper, and yay! I'm so tired I don't know what it is anyway, and it's not bad for me. In fact, it's kind of meeting my body's needs. So that is plan B dinner, and that is probably not going to happen for dinner, because guess what? That happened for lunch and breakfast, and I'm kind of tired of it. I just pulled it out to show you. Hey, this is why God made Costco. Thank you, Jesus. Needed that today. So this is what that looks like. Organic hard-boiled eggs. Hella organic hard-boiled eggs. I probably go through one of those a week. No joke. Best $20 you'll ever spend. Here's plan C. I'm not proud of it. I don't necessarily say, oh, this is what you need to do. This is just right now. I've had plan B twice today. I cannot handle it a third time mentally or physically. I just don't want it. Plus, there are two little people in bed upstairs that do not need to get out of bed again, and the sooner I can get back up there, the better. If I show up with one of those salads, they can't stand the smell. I don't know what it is about spinach that smells, but they hate it. And the last thing I need right now is someone being like, oh, Mommy, please don't eat that next to me. You're going to make me sicker. Like I haven't been sitting in the bathroom holding their hand during bouts of massive diarrhea all day long, and you can't handle a salad? Really? So, here's plan C. This stuff right here. This is not a paid promotion, and I'm not your nutritionist. I'm not a nutritionist. This is, again, a worst case scenario to kind of get the body's bare minimum needs before you go to bed. This is something I take when I'm in a training cycle, and I have to keep both my hydration and my macronutrients up throughout the day. I have not taken this in a while. I also lived on this when I was sick and couldn't deal with solid foods during the majority of the pregnancy I had with HRH. The baby Violet, anything I ate was thrown up pretty much immediately. And so we got to the point where it's like, what can I drink and absorb really quickly? Organifi is great, mainly because it's made with, why that? It's got all the green stuff in it, and it doesn't taste disgusting. A lot of the other wheatgrass, juice, compost, whatever, tasted terrible and made me sicker. And I want to keep what little bit of enamel's left on my teeth. Number 2, scoop of this. Not a huge one, don't go crazy. It's nutritional yeast powder. When you're not quite eating real food enough, you're going to be tired. The extra B vitamins will feel really, really good. If you're vegan and you don't have this in your house, what is wrong with you? Get on the different message board. Collagen peptides. Collagen is good for you. Generally speaking, use a smaller amount of this in the evening than you would in the morning. You're only going to absorb a fraction of this. The best time to take collagen, as any nutritionist that you're working with, remember I'm not one, is going to tell you, is taking this on an empty stomach in a fasted state, which basically means first thing in the morning, unless you're one of those that gets up to eat in the middle of the night. I'm not, generally speaking. Therefore, if you after you have dinner, then you go to bed, you're going to wake up hopefully in an 8 to 10 hour fasted state. You have this first thing before you've digested any food, and that will be the highest absorption rate of the day. That's the optimal time to take it. But you know what? It doesn't necessarily suck at night if you're like me and you cannot stand the taste of protein powder. I hate it. I know, and the reason I hate it, before y'all at me with all the ones that you like, because I know we got some bodybuilders and weightlifters in here, did you miss the part where I said I had to vomit every single day I ate something solid? My diet was mostly liquid during this last pregnancy, and if I never, ever see protein powder again, it would be a day too soon. I would rather take a raw egg and toss it in the shaker with everything else. Yes, drinking that would be less gross to me than consuming yet another protein powder. So a scoop of this will, at least some of that will bind in my gut, and that's better than nothing. A little bit of this, because at this point I'm running on so much caffeine, I'm afraid I won't be able to sleep. Natural Calm always helps. It also helps bind, when you're not eating properly, and let's face it, I'm not today. Your body, I'm not going to be meeting all my body's iron needs. And I need to make sure that what I do get, my gut is maximizing to its fullest potential. You cannot metabolize iron without magnesium, and this is basically hella magnesium. So again, this is not what you need to do on a daily. This is plan B. And plan C, when you've had a really terrible day like I have, and don't forget a multivitamin on top of that. So if you do not ever do this if you're in a cutting phase as a lifter or a If you think you need to be in a cutting phase, runners should never have a cutting phase. If that's a phrase that you're using, get a new nutritionist. Work with the woman I work with. Her name is Ellie. Hopefully you know her by now. If you don't, ping me and I'll get you introduced. But yeah, this is not a weight loss plan. I don't recommend it. This is a plan B and a plan C when everything else has gone to shit, kind of like my day has. Yay! You're coached, you're loved, you are not necessarily losing at life, but we can be this side of nourished if on a day when you're not necessarily winning. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't know that salad scissors existed. This was something I bought randomly when somebody that I go to church with was like, hey, my daughter wants to go to Micronesia to work with the poor. And I'm like, she could go to my hometown. What's wrong with that? I get it. I don't want to go to Tennessee either. So I had to go to this Pampered Chef party. And when I got there, I'm like, oh, wow. Literally never seen it before. Why not? $32.95 or something egregious. But yes, they are life-changing. Life-changing. I love them. This has saved my ass so many times. I'm like, again, this is the beginning of that rabbit hole when I realized I couldn't eat anything during that pregnancy. Once I minced it up, I could eat damn near anything. You'll know where the money went to. I bought by a friend of mine a cheap pair because I'm at her house a whole lot, and I used that cheap pair, and it was nowhere near as good. So I'm like, yeah, just spend the $32 to get the ones from Pampered Chef. There's something about the two blades and the way it'll literally mince anything very, very, very quickly and thoroughly. So I love it. And Amazon Prime, yeah, Amazon Prime using them salad scissors. I've been telling you, it will just change the way you look. And it's the one salvation I have is that I know when I make my weekly shopping list, I always throw things in there to be like my worst case scenario. What do I need? The eggs are already hard boiled. There is nothing to cook. It's just a little assembly in a bowl, chopping, and it's faster than even trying to microwave some of my kids' chicken nuggets. And it's healthy. It's not what you need to have 3 times a day. It's just this side of a terrible idea on a day of desperation, kind of like this one. There is just no way I could put together any of Ellie's recipes. Like on a day like today, you just have food ready to assemble and go. The other thing I like to do, I just haven't had time to go to Whole Foods or even order it from Instacart. I like to keep beets, like pre-made beets. Beets are a pain in the butt. If you have if you have time to do it, God bless you, go do it. I got 4 kids under 6. I have barely had time to even go to the bathroom today, which explains why I smell really funny. Thank God you can't smell me. But the other things that I like to keep in my fridge on a weekly basis, they do these pickled beets that are just fantastic, and they're pre-made and they're pre-cut, and I'll take and it's a root veggie, right? So you need beets. You're supposed to balance the green with the root veggies. And when I remember to have them, I'll have a handful of spinach, mince the shit out of it, take a handful of the pre-made, pre-cooked pickled beets, throw them in, chop the shit out of that. Then take hi Lisa, I'm just talking about what an awesome day I've had. So I'll take the spinach, I'll take the beets. I'll chop those up individually because the spinach gets really, really big, and you don't think the whole idea of the salad scissors is not to have your salad embarrassingly flying all over the place. And either I will have some ground beef pre-made when I'm not in a teething type situation. I buy these. I will take one of them normally on a Sunday night. This Sunday night I was traveling. I will take one of these. I will leave the other 2 in the freezer. I will let it thaw overnight on Saturday night. I will then pull it out and cook it on Sunday so that I have something to either chop into the salad or ready to go if I need an egg alternative. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I probably have that variations on that chopped egg salad every single day. And today was just a worst case scenario because I've really had nothing to put in it or on it. That was pre-made, pre-cooked, or palatable. So yeah, I prepare to fail, and I know that's not what most of my runners do, and I know that sounds like a loser thing to a lot of you guys, but hey, if I didn't accept it ahead of time, my life would be a hell of a lot worse and hell harder, and I'd probably never eat. So preparing to fail means I'm hoping I will get to sit down and eat like a human. In the off chance that I don't, I can still eat better than ordering a pizza. So, which is, that's a Batman, that's the thing, but I'd have to remember that at 5 o'clock to get pizza in time to be able to consume it. in a decent hour and have it digest, because I hate going to bed with a full stomach. It's really hard for me to sleep personally, and again, it's bad for you. So with that in mind, the things at some point, if I remember it, if I think about it, I'll make a list of the things that I have pre-made and that I usually order on Sundays to keep handy in the fridge to assemble a meal in lieu of cooking it throughout the week, since, mind you, I've got 4 kids under 6 and a husband that travels for work, and I know if you've been watching the 7 p.m. streams...
She wants you.
Thanks, Cheyenne. When you see these 7 p.m. streams, sometimes you see a helper in the background. Days like today, the helper's been here since 6 a.m. and needs to go home. I don't have help all the time. I wish I did. So on nights when I don't have help, the last thing, what suffers the most, is me. So I haven't showered or eaten. I'm about to go make my horrifying, but not terrible tasting, quick digesting shake, and then I'm gonna go collapse and pretend that everyone brushed their teeth and ate vegetables, because fuck that shit, man. We were in the hospital for a couple hours today. Yay! If you have ideas, toss them at me tomorrow for whatever it is that you do to get through to assemble a meal for you in these situations. Or maybe you're lucky and your kids are older and they can assembling isn't something you have to do anymore. Either way, you're coached, you're loved. Go in at something. And if you've got nothing else to do, I tell you what, the one thing that is getting me through this night is the fact that Limetown, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't listened to Limetown yet, what is wrong with you? Limetown just released the first 2 episodes of season 2, or it looks like maybe it's only 1 episode and a teaser, I don't know, but there are 2. There's a notification from Limetown, season 2. Doesn't that look scary? Will it look scarier than a dead deer on the wall? Absolutely nothing. Only if you're in my living room. Did they go to Tennessee? What have they done, Limetown? I have no fucking idea. All I do know is that why you gotta pick a symbol of my childhood to go advertising on your scary ass podcast? Oh, the things that hurt my feelings. But there's a new Limetown, so there might be something good coming later tonight. Yay! Why would you learn to like hard-boiled eggs, Susan? You missed the point. What we do is we throw things in a bowl and we chop it, and then we cover it up with some sort of dressing so we don't have to think about what it tastes like. Right? Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that a baby? Who's that baby? Oh my gosh. Are you saying hi? Hi, baby. Can you wave? You say hi. Blow kisses. Oh, here. Mwah. No, okay, you don't have to. Oh. I know. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are we gonna find? Okie dokie. So yay, Pampered Chef Salad Scissors. That is my efficiency tip. Not a hack. I don't believe in hacks. You're coached. You're loved. Go in and sleep. If you get to sleep through the night, you're beating me. Yay! Yay!